living life every day, late at night.
Hi guys, Flaky here and you're welcome back to the channel again. Thank you guys for your engagement on the last video. So if this is your first time on this channel and you haven't watched any of my video, you need to go back and watch, especially the last video. And we've been talking a lot about visiting visa, temporary resident stuff for a while now. So this video is going to be more like a follow-up to the last video that I did. For people that have been asking me questions in the comments section about how they can get these jobs, about agencies, I made some research and all I have gathered, I will attach as links because guys, it is a whole lot. There are so many links to open. From one link is like a link leading to another link. So there are so many links that you have to click open. And I'm going to at least attach some links for you that will lead you to another link. There's a link that leads to the Canada Job Bank, but you don't want to go through that because in this case we are focusing on Alberta, as currently Alberta has this pathway called, there is this popular tag now, Alberta is calling. They have a rural program, Alberta is calling. There's been a lot of videos about that. So now Alberta is calling and they have this rural program that you can apply for as a temporary resident, not student. You can't apply to it as a student because these jobs are full-time jobs. So you are going to get a permanent full-time jobs in these rural areas. You know, I mentioned something about rural area in the last video. So if you are here on a temporary visa and you need a job to stay back, at least to get your work permit, Alberta is the best place to go now. So this rural program, it means you have to apply to jobs outside Edmonton and Calgary. You can't apply to those two cities. They are not rural. And one of the rule is that the community you are applying to must not be more than 100,000 population. So you can get as much as 100,000 population. Trust me, if you are able to get a job in a community that has 90,000 population, it is not a rural area. But some of this community have as low as less than 600 population. An example of such community is Casland. Casland has less than 560 population as at 2021. But does that matter? All you want to get is get a job that gives you a work permit and stay back in Canada, at least for now, before you can move to the bigger cities. So, and this is what we are doing. So I attached so many links that state the designated communities, because not all communities are allowed to partake in this, but they have to follow a process before they can be allowed. So there is a list of designated communities that you can check them out, check the city you want to go or the community you prefer, check the occupations that are listed there. In this case, all you have to do is apply to a job, to an employer. You're not doing anything with the government yet. All you have to do for now is apply to a job with an employer, and as your application proceed, they are going to tell you what is the next line of action to take. And for people that are asking about agencies, there's also a link that I attached. On that link, you can verify, maybe you've gotten an agency that reached out to you or that you contacted and you wanted to know if they are genuine or not. You can verify if those agencies are genuine with that link. And if peradventure the registration number and everything you search with that link and you couldn't find, you can actually put a call through to confirm if they actually exist or not, so that you don't fall into scammers net. So while you are applying to those jobs, there's something you have to have at the back of your mind. There are regulated jobs and there are non-regulated jobs. If you are already in Canada with temporary visa and you need to get a job as soon as possible, you don't want to go into regulated jobs. Regulated means you have to be licensed to operate in those occupations, like chartered accountants and like bricklaying, welder, automobile engineer, mechanic and co. You have to be licensed, or you have to like you must have gone through a training here under a licensed trainer in Canada before you can do those jobs. So you don't want to go into that. You want to go into jobs that you don't need license, that you can just delve right into, or you can even get trained on the job without getting certification. And those are the non-regulated jobs, like restaurant manager, like bookkeeper, like office assistant, and the list goes on. So there are so many jobs for you to get using those links, and I hope you find this as helpful as usual. So I see you in my next video, guys. Bye.